Charlie, do you want to go do the dummy launcher up there in Beaver Dams? Ooh, I think he does.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Caine, I want to do the dummy launcher, you fucking dummy.
I think one of the biggest mistakes people make with their dog is that they don't go over the basics and don't keep going over the basics for the lifetime of the dog. Now, one of the first things that your dog probably learns is sit. You know you're going to get success. So keep going over sit. I might bring out my 10-year-old lab, or he's 11, might bring him out and work sit. You keep doing it. My lab, by the way, he's retired from hunting this year because he's having skin problems, so he's not going to go hunting anymore. But does that mean that I'm not going to work him on retrieving? No. We'll still do retrieving. You keep going over everything, and you keep going over the basics too. And even the advanced stuff, it just becomes the basics after a while. So we might work on retrieves one day with Charlie. We might work on sit. Right now we're going to work on sit. 10 days from now we might work on sit. No, Charlie, sit. See how he's moving around? That's not good. This is age related, not enough training. He did a board of training, did pretty good, but we need to work him more on the basics. In other words, we're not going to advance him doing something more. He is going to go upstate and he's going to do the dummy launcher. I think his dad said he was able to do a blind retrieve. So we're going to see if he can do a blind retrieve. But we're not going to really start advancing him on more stuff because he's still working on all the basics of retrieving, the basic commands. So to do the basics with sit, we drop the leash like we did when we first taught him this, and we circle the dogs, telling the dog, sit. We want to make sure that Charlie knows that it doesn't matter where I go, he needs to stay in the sit position. Now, if your dog's just learning sit, you would do the same thing with the dog. If your dog doesn't know how to do sit and you have a puppy or something, you can teach the dog to do sit very easily. Just say, Charlie, get up in the whoa position. Charlie's in the whoa position. It's a standing position. Now let's pretend Charlie is a little baby puppy. Upward motion with the leash by putting pressure on his butt, push it down. Charlie, sit. Right? You can put the dog into that position. It's all muscle memory and them getting habituated to the word. Remember, they don't understand words. They don't understand words. They understand tone. They get used to that tone. Charlie, no. Sit. So then, you might start circling the dog with the leash in your hand, right? Sit. Have your hand go. Have your hand outstretched. See, he needs more work on this. It's a little rambunctious. Sit. And then after you do this for a day or two, you might drop the leash, okay? And now you're doing the same thing. You're circling around the dog, telling the dog not to move. You want the dog to get used to seeing you move. You want to send the message to the dog, it doesn't matter where I go or what I do. If I'm jumping up and down or something, I still want you to sit. He's not paying attention. Charlie, no, sit. Right, circle the dog, make sure that the dog knows. Go over all this. Go over all this. You have to keep going over the basics. We might do this for an afternoon. We might do this for a session. And the next session, we might just put Charlie in the down position. Charlie, down. No, down. It's the same thing. Drop the leash and circle the dog. This also ensures that my timing will be correct. If he would get up or move, I do have the e-collar in my hand. Okay? It's all about training. It's not really about correcting the dog when you're not training, because your timing's going to be off. You see what I'm saying? Like if I'm walking around with Char and we're at heel and he's popping out of heel, no good. We have to, you do heel in like a 15 or 20 foot section. We go over all this with Charlie. That's how you do it. You do yard work. You don't work the dog on a walk and expect that you're doing training. That's not it. You're going to do training with the dog. You do it in like a small section. So he's in the down position. We circle him. Notice his little tail sort of moving back and forth because he's content. He's happy working. He's cute as shit.
Damn right I am, Caine. I'm cute.
Down. So we might do this for a session too. We might work just down one day. We might work down in the morning and sit in the afternoon. Or we could work whoa. Whoa is a standing position. Charlie, whoa. Means stand and don't move. Whoa. It's the same thing. Circle the dog. I have my hand on the button. If he moves, I'll give him a correction and say no. Look at my body language. Look how my hand is outstretched. I want to ensure that Charlie knows. I want him to stay. I'm saying stay. But you never say the word stay to the dog. It's built into the command. If you say that word stay, your dog will not stay. This is a fact. So don't say S-T-A-Y to the dog. All right? It's built into the command. Don't say stay with sit. Don't say stay with down, and don't say stay with whoa. It's just the command, whoa. It's implied that he stays there until I give him another command. Like he said, whoa, Charlie, sit. No, sit. I gave him another command. He could pop out a heel or pop out a whoa then. You understand? So now it's implied that he stays in the sit position until I give him another command. Sit. If he would be non-compliant, I would say no and repeat the command. Sit. This is not that simple. A lot of times people, they're overthinking dogs, and dogs are not thinking creatures. Charlie can't ponder, well, Charlie can a little bit. He can. Can't you, Charlie?
Yeah, Caine, I'm smart as shit.
See? He's smart. But dogs in general, they can't really think. They don't ponder thought. It's all about instinctual things. You know, they think instinctually, their brain functions instinctually, or train commands. They hear the word and they respond. Charlie, down. No, down. Now I said no and repeated the command down because he was doing it kind of slow. If he would have been any slower, I might have given him a correction using the E-collar. Now, his E-collar setting, what do I have it on? I have it on 17, but he's also on a collar that has a comfort pad on it, which is more metal. So if you have the comfort pads on there, human beings don't feel the E-collar technology's mini educator until about 20. So it's still under where a human can feel it. Would I dial this up with Charlie? Yes, I would. I would. With a Cocker Spaniel, you're damn right. Some breeds are sort of more resistant and sort of more dominant. So would I use this to the point where a human being can feel it? Sure. Yeah, but would I dial it up real high? No. That'll just cause more excitement. Would it be okay to dial it up to 28? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yes, it would. That's not that high. That's just right above where a human being can feel it. But would I do that on a regular basis? No. Down. He's doing great. Charlie does not respond. It's because Charlie did a board and train when he was 9 weeks old. Here with me. We worked him under the train. He's probably impervious to most sounds. Now we are going back upstate, and I'm going to break the shotgun out and make sure that Charlie isn't responding to the shotgun, because me and his dad, we're going duck hunting October 28th. So I want to make sure that he's not responding negatively around a shotgun. We're also going to work the dummy launcher. Will Charlie go on retrieves to shoot a duck? No. No, he will not. He'll be too young and he'll screw up. If you have a young hunting dog like this, he's not even a year old, and you want to take him duck hunting the first year, don't send the dog on a retrieve. It's going to fuck up. I guarantee you it's going to fuck up. You want to wait until the second year. You want to make sure that the dog has a lot of retrieving skills. That duck hunting, and you also want to work them in that environment. You want to train them in that environment. You want to do that in the summer and the fall and make sure that they're accustomed to it. Don't ever take the young gun dog hunting before its first year. You want to wait until it's, it's the second season. You can take it. We'll take Charlie, and he'll sit in the duck blind and be a good boy so that he has that experience. But we're not going to send him on retrieves. There's no way. We're going to have to go get him because Ike, like I said, Ike is retired. I'm going to have to get a new hunting dog. Seriously. Tonka is a bird dog. He's really not appropriate. He can do water retrieves, but he's not appropriate for duck hunting. Sitting in a duck blind with Tonka is miserable. It's fucking miserable. He's up, he's moving, he won't sit down, it sucks. It sucks. That dog is an athlete. He's better for like searching woods for grouse and shit. This guy, he'd be perfect for hunting teal, wood ducks. He could also do upland game, he'd be great. No. If you see the dog looking around like that, it's a correction. No. You gotta pay attention to me, Char. Let's ask Char some questions. Hey, Charlie, tell us about your dad.
He's fucking famous, dude. He's a fucking rapper.
He's not a fucking rapper. Charlie's making shit up.
He's a fucking rapper, Caine. You're full of shit.
He's not a rapper. I don't even think he listens to rap music. I think Charlie listens to rap music.
Caine, all the bitches like rap music. Look at me, Caine. I'm fucking awesome. I'm fucking awesome.
Charlie's sounding a little conceited lately. He is. Charlie, you said your dad's a rapper, but he's not. Isn't he like in politics or something?
Yes, my dad is Justin Trudeau. That's who my dad is.
He's making shit up. His dad is not Justin Trudeau. You're making shit up again, Char.
Caine, you're the one making shit up. You're the one that's crazy, Caine. You're fucking making shit up, dude. You make me say this shit. I have Stockholm Syndrome. Somebody fucking help me. Somebody call my dad. Fucking Caine's making me say all kinds of crazy shit.
You know, the craziest thing about Charlie is his fucking feet. Look at the fur on his feet. I didn't tell him to get up. He's naughty. Sit! He's trying to beat me up. Charlie's trying to attack me again. Look at Char. Charlie, I could squeeze your face off.
No, don't do that.
What we're gonna do with Charlie. He's saying all kinds of crazy shit.
Caine, you're the one that's conceited. Fucking asshole.